Quang Juan Pham, refugee, war hero, and entrepreneur. I got to meet Quang Pham on February 8th of this year. The company he founded rang the closing bell at NASDAQ. The ringing of the bell ceremony is held in Times Square when a new company joins the market. It was an amazing experience, as you can see. My dad is the chief medical officer of the company, so we were invited to participate. The event was live on all the financial networks and broadcast out onto Times Square. At the event, I got to hear Mr. Pham give a short speech in which he describes moving to the U.S. from Vietnam when he was 10 years old, the same age as me. When my dad asked Mr. Pham if he would be willing to do an interview, we found out that he had written a book about his experience coming from Vietnam to the U.S. Quang was born in an old French hospital in Saigon, South Vietnam, in 1964. His father was Lieutenant Colonel in South Vietnamese Air Force. Quang has one older sister shown here in Saigon. Remember this picture and the street corner. It will be important later on in the story. Quang's father's plane was shot down and he was rescued by a U.S. Marine pilot. When the U.S. decided to get out of the war, Quang's family knew they had to leave. He had just finished 5th grade and his father remained behind as a military prisoner. Quang loved baseball. When I saw this picture, it made me think of my Little League teams and how simple my life had been compared to his. Quang went on to graduate high school in California and headed off to UCLA to study economics. Quang loved and respected his father and wanted to honor him by becoming a pilot, so he joined the Marine Corps. In 1987, he was commissioned as an officer in the Marines, fulfilling one of his dreams. He trained as a pilot, another way in which he wanted to honor his father. He began flying medevac helicopters, getting injured people out of the combat zone. This contact with helping the sick and injured would change his career path. Finally, in 1992, 17 years after they left Vietnam, Quang's family was reunited with his father. In 1995, Quang returned to visit Vietnam. This picture was taken at the same street corner in Saigon where the other picture was taken only 30 years later. When Quang was promoted to the rank of Major in the Marines, he was so happy that his father could be there with him. One chapter in his books is entitled No Bad Day. He learned this lesson from his father, who never complained even after being a POW for all those years. Quang's father died from a stroke caused by a blood clot blocking the blood flow to his brain. The company Quang founded is dedicated to preventing strokes caused by blood clots. They are very close to achieving this goal, an amazing achievement for someone who came to the U.S. as a refugee at age 10. In his book, Quang says, "When I arrived in America as a boy from Vietnam, I had lost my country, my freedom, and my father. Yet the American dream was still attainable. It took dedication, encouragement, hard work, and perseverance, and it can still be done."